I reacted to this video in a positive way. I found it very um interesting as well as important to just like hear everyone's like testimonies and like them like realizing like what being black meant to them, or like realizing a time in their lives when they realized like how important that part of their identity was, and it still is. um I think storytelling is important in African American communities because I feel like it allows us to hold on to our culture. I know that a lot of times in the African American community, sometimes could feel like we're not connected to like maybe our culture, or like our ancestors who were enslaved and then placed here. We feel kind of that disconnect because we're unable to like trace back super far usually when exploring our ancestry. But I feel like by storytelling, I feel like we're building that our own, like we're holding on to a piece of that and like broadening it and making it our own and like passing it on down to generations and like creating new traditions, creating things that are repetitive, like let's say like family dinner or cookouts, things like that. So I feel like storytelling really just embraces the togetherness of the African American community and just like emphasizes like the importance of like relying on one another and building each other up. um I guess like a modern or contemporary way to tell a story, I couldn't think of anything, but I was thinking like movies still. I know movies have been around, but I feel like now, especially, movies are a very good way of storytelling. An example of that was seen in Sinners with Ryan Coogler, and how like he chose to tell that story with the authenticity of like the Mississippi Delta and like Jim Crow laws, and just like matching themes of that and religion. I feel like that was a very, very good way to tell a story. So yeah, I feel like movies, maybe TV shows. I guess using one of the concepts we talked about in class, I guess we could talk about um, Sankofa, how we have to reclaim our past so we can move forward and like learning from the past to build the future. I feel like storytelling is directly that. I feel like we are taking the stories and what we've learned from the past and passing it down to generations, so we're very much aware of where we came from and understanding of the growth that needs to continue happening. So yeah.